player of Game 3. Right now, let's go to the highlights of Game 3. The Islanders won that game 6-2 over the Flyers.
The Nassau County Veterans Memorial Coliseum, site of the third game between the Islanders and the Philadelphia Flyers, with the series split at one game apiece. The first an overtime win in Philadelphia for the New York Islanders, the second one that blowout by the Flyers against the Islanders. The fans have been standing for a long time before the teams line up for the national anthem. They'll be standing during it, of course, and a long time after as well. One of the longest sustained ovations in the history of the Coliseum as the Islanders' surplus players move off to their bench for the start of the game as the national anthem is going to be played. In the meantime, down at the other end, just before the anthem, Bill Muir clearing out from just the side of his net, getting ready to start this game tonight. One of the best in the National Hockey League. The Flyers, as it turns out, will be a little bit on the tight side. And before that first period is over, they'll be much tighter yet. The Flyers know they have won only one time in 15 games at the Nassau Coliseum. And most of those have been lost because of power plays by the Islanders. Myers, D'Amico, and Scapinello, the officials for tonight's game, and they had their work cut out for them. That light works, so does that one. And we're ready for the start of the game. A close-up look at Bill Muir. 5 victories so far in Stanley Cup play this year. Goals against 1.85, a sparkling average. Billy Smith for the Islanders. He seemed tougher going, with a lot of goals allowed against the Flyers, but still 2.65. And early in the game, there's a power play. As Sutter goes off, the Flyers have an opportunity. But Bourne breaks it up. And watch this play by Bourne as he sees Henning streaking down the left side, coming across the line. This is Henning. Henning with a long shot. It bounces off Muir's leg and in. Henning has his third shorthanded goal, tying a National Hockey League record in Stanley Cup play. Here's the play from behind. Bourne on the sideboards across the red line. Here comes Henning, and the Islanders are going for shorthanded goal number 7, breaking a record set only last year by the Rangers in Stanley Cup play. It is quickly 1-0 at 2 minutes and 38 seconds of the period. Here comes Dennis Potvin with Leach going for the bench with his back to the play. There's Moose Dupont at the line, and what a move Potvin puts on him. Dennis Potvin going in. Unassisted goal with Kelly off. It's a power play goal for the Islanders, the first of what's going to turn out to be 5 consecutive power play goals as Potvin scores on the rebound. A splendid play by Potvin. The Islanders very quickly been off to a 2-goal lead, and the Flyers simply can't do very much about it. Trottier picks up a big goal. This one comes at 12 minutes and 24 seconds. McLeish is off at that time. And for Trottier, the man they once said couldn't do well in playoffs, his 10th playoff goal. Bossy picks up a big one before the end of the period at 14 minutes and 29 seconds. Again, it's a power play with Daly off. Gillies and Potvin on the assist. Potvin has a goal and 2 assists in the first period, but more importantly for the Islanders, dejected Philadelphia Flyer team. And who wouldn't be? Down 4-0 at the end of the first period. There's Jimmy Watson. And it's difficult to say what a difference it might have made had Jimmy been entirely healthy. He'd hurt his shoulder in the series against the Rangers. Came back early, and as you can see by looking at him on the bench being worked over by the trainer, that shoulder bothers him yet in tonight's game. And certainly they will miss Paul Holmgren, number 17. Holmgren jammed his knee. This could be the play right here as he goes into the boards and down onto the ice. Holmgren not on the ice for tonight's game. There's the summary at the end of the first at 4:11. Henning, a shorthanded goal. Potvin at 7:43 power play. Trottier 13:04 power play. Bossy 14.
Is concerned, and his 30 goals Holmgren scored during the season will be missed in the playoffs. He's been a big part of their muscle up front as well as their scoring potential. So 2 key factors for the Philadelphia Flyers missing. For the Islanders, it's got to be a little bit of a shot in the arm that they don't have to contend with the aggressiveness of Holmgren plus his scoring.
Well, the Flyers are going to switch back to Pete Peters in goal tonight. And in the pregame show, Dan Kelly asking that question about, are you surprised? I think everybody's got to be a little bit surprised at the strategy of Pat Quinn thus far and alternating the goaltenders. But his team is down only 2 games to 1. A win here tonight, of course, could send them back all even, and he may be doing exactly the right thing. We've yet to find that out.
Well, Peters' record so far has been pretty good. He's played in 10 games. He's on his 11th game. Of course, he's got a 2.35 goals against average. He's won 6 and lost 3. And he played well for the Philadelphia Flyers in the first 2 games in Philadelphia.
Well, Eddie, in the third game here Saturday night, which I, of course, missed, it sounded like the Islander power play, hello there, was really the big thing for them. Can you compare Game 3 to the first 2 in your assessment of how the teams have played as units?
It's really been a total game that I have seen so far that I felt was total was the first overtime game, Dennis Potvin scoring in the overtime. The other two games were very off balance. The 8-3 game in Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Flyers winning, and then the game back here, it was really over for Philadelphia early in the second period. The power play was the difference. Philadelphia, as we had mentioned with Dan Kelly, have to be worried about taking silly penalties. The Islanders, on the other hand, will be really pumped with their power play. That's the only thing that's been missing in the playoffs. The penalty killing has been extraordinary, even though Andy Kaller has not been there. The very little used Lorne Henning during the season has been spectacular. And the penalty killing has been excellent. The team as a whole has been excellent, and now the power play going, and that's what it takes to win the Stanley Cup. So everybody on the Islanders side has to feel very confident.
Well, they've also got the support of this very noisy Nassau Coliseum crowd you can hear behind us. So the teams are on the ice, and we'll be back for the opening face-off of the Stanley Cup final game in just a moment. We are back at the Nassau Memorial Coliseum, ready for game number 4 of the Stanley Cup Final Series. The crowd is on its feet. And we'll have the opening face-off after the national anthem. Coliseum crowd is certainly ready for game number 4. The officials tonight are Ron Finn and Leon Stickle, the linesman. The referee is Andy Van Helleman. Pete Peters is back in goal for the Philadelphia Flyers. He has worked in 10 playoff games with a goals against of 2.35. For the New York Islanders, it is Billy Smith. And Smith going into his 18th playoff game with a goals against of 2.61. And you know, Ed Westfall, I'm sure you do, that exclusive of the preseason games, this is game number 99 of this long season for the New York Islanders. They start to our right and white, the Flyers to our left.
Ken Sharp having to make that play on.
And DuPont getting a little piece of the action, too.
It all started with Linsman having a grip on Gilly's stick. Clark just trying to pull the stick out of his hands, and that's started this whole fracas. I was trying to say...
Yeah, go ahead. Give me that goaltending thing.
Yes, and because of Lorne Henning coming down with another shot early in the game, I had to stop, of course. But what it said, what they were signaling was that Billy Smith has 13 wins in this playoff, this year's playoff. The record was held by Dryden at 12. He had that record in 1971. He had 12 wins in the playoffs. He also had it again last year. And Billy Smith now has surpassed him with 13, and that's what they were saying.
Okay, I said 13 games, and it was 13 wins, so thanks, Ed. I had to look up at the board and look at the play at the same time. Islanders win the draw. 1:18 left in the penalty. Potvin shot, and Peters just got a piece of that, and it glanced off the side of the net just outside the post. Potvin trying to keep it in. Clark gets a piece of it. DuPont knocks it out to center ice, and now Persson takes over for the Islanders. 1:03 remaining in the penalty. Potvin's shot has been the only close call here with the extra man for the Islanders. Gillies, the drive, and a glove save by Peters. Rebound cleared by Busnick. Persson in behind the goaltender. Now he's decked by Barnes. Flyers can't get it out. Potvin, good pass off the boards. Trottier, Bossy, the shot. Saved by Peters. Rebound try by Gillies is wide. And Peters with a dazzling stop. Busnick. Stolen by Gillies. The Bossy score. From Clark Gillies, who stole the puck from Busnick.
Power play goal, Tim. 33 seconds left on the penalty to Gorance when Clark Gillies steals the puck from Busnick. At that point, what we're watching, Dennis Potvin keeps it in, shot by Bossy. Clark Gillies in pursuit of Busnick stays right after him. He makes the stop. Gillies steals, finds Bossy coming in the slot. Bossy shot between the legs of Peters. Another power play goal by the Islanders. A big goal for them. 12:37 left in the first period when the Islanders take a 1-0 lead. Mike Bossy from Clark Gillies.
Well, and Brian Trottier, who will not get an assist, as we could see on the replay, was the first man to check Busnick, enabling Clark Gillies to steal the puck. So, again, teamwork up front. And Bossy scoring his 9th playoff goal at 7:23. The Islanders lead it 1-0. Nystrom down the boards for Merrick. He's checked by Barnes.
Or Kenny Hare, New York Islanders, Nassau. He was a doubtful for the series at one point in the first game. They were talking about him not dressing, not from injury or anything else, just the fact that they were not going to dress him. Been a great factor for the Philadelphia Flyers over their upsurgence since the early 1970s.
It's hard to imagine they would seriously consider not dressing him in the Stanley Cup Finals.
That was the story that they were giving us back game one in
Maybe
Philadelphia.
that's it, they were giving it to us.
Well.
Anyway, McLeish always a big goal man in the playoffs, and he's been a factor for them thus far. Al Hill turned back by Lorimer. 25 seconds left in the penalty. Excellent penalty killing. They've only had the one chance, and it did not result in a shot on goal. Daly's pass to Clark. Smith in a little difficulty against Leach, but Lorimer doing the job. Now Leach gets it to the blue line, but they had come in on the play. Ben Wilson cutting to the slot, so the puck comes all the way to the Flyer line. 5 seconds left, and the Islanders get through without a shot on goal by Philadelphia. Leach over the line. Al Hill back for Leach, and that shot just steered wide by Reggie Leach. The penalty is over, and it's cleared down the ice again on goal, so there's no icing with 1 minute remaining here in period one. DuPont brings it up. Both teams changing on the fly. Bridgman on the right wing side. The shot wide. Smith put a skate on it anyway. DuPont to the corner. It jumped over the stick of Gorance. Bridgman intended for Gorance. Merrick intercepts. Nystrom checked by DuPont down the boards. Merrick, Nystrom, Gorance, DuPont all together. Bridgman steps into Merrick, and the Flyers keep it in. Langevin gets control. Tonelli, 30 seconds left in the period. Barber keeps it in for the Flyers. Behind the net, Persson, watched by Bridgman. Up for Nystrom, who slaps it out of the zone. Spun around by DuPont. Looks for a penalty, none forthcoming. 18 seconds left. Barber circling in his own end. The pass too far for Gorance. Langevin to Tonelli. Tonelli to Nystrom. Over the Flyer line. Merrick takes the shot. Stick saved by Peters from a sharp angle. Busnick to the far boards, and that'll end the first period. Well, the New York Islanders, with a power play goal and one with the teams at full strength, have taken the lead. We'll be back with our guests, Notre Dame hockey coach Lefty Smith, Washington Capitals coach Gary Green. The score at the end of the first period, the Islanders 2, the Flyers nothing. Into the lineup tonight for the first time in the series since the injury to Jimmy Watson giving him that opening. And there's the scoring in the first period. Bossy on the power play, Butch Goring. And the Flyers out shooting the Islanders 13-9, but in that case, not a clear indication of the play. Two of their good chances came during their power play opportunity. And there is Game 5, as we told you, 8 o'clock Thursday night.
Norm Barnes, Tim, another player, Michigan State University from 71 through 74. 3 years he played for Michigan State.
Well, it's interesting here in this final series to have 8 players out of the colleges, and that's certainly a continuing and growing trend. McLeish won the draw to the blue line. The shot is deflected Busnick shot by Bobby Bourne. Nystrom gets help from Persson. Langevin, far corner, back to Persson. Persson will have to skate for it, so Nystrom comes back. Bob Nystrom and the Flyers forechecking effectively here. Langevin finding an open man, Nystrom. Nystrom has Merrick ahead of him. Gets around DuPont. Nystrom in on goal, and Peters deflected the pass intended for Wayne Merrick. Good play by the goaltender. Merrick back checking on McLeish, breaks up the play. Puck goes deep into the Islander zone. Langevin turns and fires it back to the far corner for John Tonelli. Tonelli for Merrick, the pass behind him. Wilson sends McLeish back in. He's bumped by Langevin. Following is Paddock to score. John Paddock just picked up that puck and rifled it over the stick arm of Billy Smith. And it is now the Islanders 2 and Philadelphia 1.
What a blast. Caught Billy Smith, I think, a little by surprise. McLeish makes the move between the legs of Langevin. Paddock comes in behind, picks up the puck, and immediately lets go a ripper of a slap shot. Top right corner as he lets it go from a top of the face-off circle to the left of Billy Smith. I think Billy thought he might have been faking the slap shot, but he got a lot on it. The Islanders
doesn't look like a bull
player year in and year try and take a command here in the later stages of from across just inside the blue line. That's a no-no unless you're 100% sure that it's going to your own man.
Trottier won the draw from Clark, bowled his way out and shot it down the ice, and that uses up 10 seconds before the Flyers can bring it down again. Barber, Clark, Hill, Leach, and Daly the power play. Clark poke checked by Lorimer, and Barber can't keep it onside. Daly for Barber. Henning, Bourne, Potvin, Lorimer, the penalty killers. Flyers did not get a shot on goal during their last power play chance. Daly along his own blue line, 1:30 remaining. The pass to Hill, a good one. Hill in on goal. Hill, a save by Smith. Billy Smith reached behind him and made the
What a save. You can see what's happening to the Islanders on that play alone, Tim. Watch the move that Hill puts on Lorimer. Now, Lorimer's been one of the best defensemen in the playoffs. He faked one way, went the other, but look at Smith. Misses with the leg, get the stick out, got the stick on the puck. Hill couldn't lift it over Billy Smith's stick. Smith makes a great save, coming back with his stick to foil Hill. The puck went out behind Billy Smith. In come Daly from the side, trying to poke the puck in, but Billy Smith had his catching mitt on it. That's a little bit of the lackluster that the Islanders have shown in this second period. That's an unusual thing for Bobby Lorimer to do. He's been excellent as a defenseman, backing up on a one-on-one situation. That's the first time I've seen him beaten one-on-one.
1:23 left in the penalty. Islanders control the draw, but now Clark feeds Barber. Barber behind the Islander goal. In comes Daly. Daly off a skate of Potvin, came to Trottier, and he backhands it down the ice. 1:05 left in Langevin's holding penalty. Henning and Bourne are up front. Here comes Bill Barber, number 7, with Leach over the line. Still has the puck, and it comes through to the goal mouth, and Smith failed to control it. Flyers get it again. Leach to Al Hill, deflected by Lorimer. Leach the drive wide. All the way to the blue line, Daly. Daly to Clark. Bobby Clark checked by Henning. Bourne trying to get loose. Bourne has it. Bourne has a breakaway. Barber after him. Saved by Peters on Bobby Bourne, the 4th Islander breakaway. 30 seconds remaining in the penalty. Barber back. The shot wide. Behind the net, Leach. In front, saved by Smith on Brian Propp, a beauty. Another drive, hit the post, and Henning has the rebound. Henning backhands it over the glass and out of play. And Billy Smith made a brilliant stop, and then checked by Henning. Busnick. Now the penalty is over to DuPont, and it's 6 men against 5.
They have not really had possession in the Islanders' end of the ice. When they did get in there, Kenny Morrow made a couple of good moves, getting the puck to Henning, who was checked from behind, fell down on the puck, and on that face-off, Trottier won it, got it back to Kenny Morrow. He shot it down the ice. The Philadelphia Flyers have not had a shot. They have not had possession, really, in the Islanders' end.
Flyers win the draw. Barnes shoots it in. Lorimer's got room, banks it. He got it up high, tried to bank it. It's up in the seats, another souvenir. 15 seconds left in the penalty.
What they try to do in that situation, Tim, place like this, Bobby Lorimer wants to bounce it off the glass. If he's got it too low, then the point man gets an opportunity to stop it with his legs. If he's got it off the glass, generally it stays up fairly high, and the defenseman or the point man has to go out and commit himself up against the glass with the puck coming up around his ears. He's a little bit reluctant to do it that way.
Yeah, and if they can get the high glass, then even get a higher bounce. And at his angle there, it looked like he was trying to get the high glass and just missed it and went over the lower glass. Linseman and Trottier are going to be chased again. Goring and McLeish. So each team with a pair of centermen out there. 15 seconds remaining in the penalty. Goring won the draw. Lorimer has the puck. Bouncing around in the corner. Can't get it out. And now it's shot out by Butch Goring. That'll finish up the penalty with no damage done. Potvin to Trottier at center ice. Penalty to Persson is over. Trottier nearly got loose with Goring. They're back at full strength. Persson intercepts the pass and the period comes to a close. So the Islanders, who have had a whole lot of opportunities, including 4 breakaways in this hockey game, have scored only 2 goals, but the Flyers have scored only 1. And it came in this second period, back early in the period. And we have a very tension-filled third period coming up. 14, or rather, they scored at the end of the second period. The New York Islanders 2, and the Philadelphia.
That time, just a little bit of a nonchalance. McLeish steals the puck.
Face off the New York Islander blue line. Tim Ryan and Ed Westfall. Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals series. Flyers win the draw. McLeish. Barnes shoots it in, narrowly missing Andy Van Helleman, the referee. Howitt trying to come out. Daly keeps it in. A bouncing puck. Paddock is there, and Smith knocked it away. Paddock has the only Flyer goal. Nearly had another. Al Hill to the blue line for Daly. Daly shot wide. Off the boards, Trottier. Off the boards to Bossy. Bossy fakes the shot, and Daly got just enough of the puck. A heavy check on Bossy from behind, and Trottier following on. Trottier in front for Howard. He's checked just as he let it fly. McLeish trying to come out. Met by Langevin. Got the pass to Hill. Hill over the Islander line. Taken wide by Persson, and the puck goes harmlessly behind the net. Howard takes it off the far boards. Howard on his off wing with McLeish in pursuit. Howard for Trottier. Trottier has a chance. The shot score! Brian Trottier from Gary Howard. And it's 3-1 Islanders.
That's going to make a big difference, Tim. That's a big goal. They're all big when it comes to Stanley Cup Finals, but it couldn't have come at a better time. Brian Trottier picks it clean. Inside the right post. A perfect shot as we get another look at it. Gary Howard streaks across in front. Peters could have been partially screened on the play. Trottier's shot is down low. It's to the right. It's in. The Islanders get their 2-goal lead back. 13:54 to play in the third period. It's 3-1 New York Islanders.
Well, this crowd has been a little quiet through that second period, but they're on their feet now as they sense victory here with a 2-goal margin. They've certainly made it much more difficult for the Flyers with time now a factor. 13:54 to go. But there is no quit in this Flyer team, so they should not expect that it's going to be easy the rest of the way.
They are the coming from behind team, the most coming from behind team in the league.
All right, Linseman has it at center ice. Lost it to Lane. Lane to Goring. Sutter takes the shot. In front for Goring. Can't get the shot away as he's tied up by Lindstrom for game number 5.
Gillies Smith on. Gillies in from the side. Backhand try. Peters gets it on his pad. Smothers it with his catching mitt.
32 seconds left in the penalty. Face off to the left of Pete Peters. Pat Quinn, the Flyers coach, sends some fresh legs out. Bridgman, Linseman, Barnes, Daly. Trottier right back out there with Bossy and Gillies, Persson and Potvin. Trottier won the draw. Bouncing puck. Gillies the drive right on. It's loose in front of Peters, and with help from Daly gets control. A blast from Clark Gillies.
Quick, risky type half slap shot, Tim, that get that puck right from the face-off. Gets in behind Trottier in pursuit. The puck is back to Gillies there, and that's a quick, snappy wrist shot, and he had a lot on it. The puck lays to the right of Peters. He doesn't see it. It's in his feet.
Trottier and Bridgman on the face-off. Good hustle by Daly, who comes up with the puck to Linseman, and Linseman shoots it down the ice. 15 seconds remaining in the penalty. Islanders will have to hurry to get one more rush. Potvin up the middle to Trottier. Trottier gets Bossy in full stride. Over the line, Barnes waiting. Nice poke check on him, but Bourne steals it from Barnes. Bourne to Bossy. Bossy to the blue line. Morrow. Bourne for Trottier, steered it wide on the short side. Centers for Bossy, backhander wide as he's checked by Barnes. Centered by Bossy behind Trottier, and the Flyers clear Linseman to McElhargy out of the penalty box. And Morrow broke up the play. It's loose and Linseman grabs it. They're at full strength. Linseman inside the Islander line. The pass for Propp, he didn't see it coming. Trottier trying to get away from Daly, but Daly throws it deep to his own end. 8:17 to go regulation time. The team's at full strength. The long pass for Propp. Propp gets around Morrow. Here's an open man. Linseman in on goal. Score! Ken Linseman from Brian Propp. And the Flyers are back in it here. 3-2 with 8:07 still to play. Do not go away. Do not adjust your set.
I thought Leon Stickle was going to call a two-line offside when Linseman, or I should say Propp, got the puck across the red line to Linseman. He puts it right through the top of the arm, or above the arm, I'm sorry, of Billy Smith. The puck bouncing and rolling. It hits Smith's arm and bounces up into the top of the net. The Philadelphia Flyers retaliating. 3-2 now. Goal by Linseman on an assist from Propp.
Fourth goal of the playoffs for Ken Linseman, and his 17th point, and what a big one it is. With 8:07 to go, the Flyers have kept themselves in the hockey game.
Islanders arguing about the fact that they thought
3-2 the score. We've got ourselves a Stanley Cup playoff game. McLeish to Daly, the shot blocked by Merrick. Here's a chance for Bourne by himself with Nystrom coming. The pass, score, Bobby Nystrom from Bob Bourne. And the Islanders open it to 2 again.
I was talking earlier, Tim, about those shots from the point and how the forwards should skate straight in at them. We're looking behind the net as Bobby Bourne fakes a shot, passes to Bobby Nystrom. Wide open net. Nystrom just guides the puck in for the Islanders' 4th goal. That gives them their 2-goal advantage. Nice fake by Bourne. Perfect pass as Nystrom. All he has to do there is direct the puck into the net. Peters has to stay on that side of the net, guarding against the shot by the on-rushing Bobby Bourne. Nice goal for the Islanders, Bobby Nystrom.
His 7th playoff goal makes it 4-2. A heavy check. Langevin lost his helmet on the play. The Flyers trying to keep it in, but it's offside. 12:35. Nystrom from Bob Bourne.
Nice goal. Good passing play. Alert by Bobby Bourne. Bob Daly trying to take a shot at the net. The puck hits Bourne. He charges out. Takes the puck off the boards. Speeds away from Bourne. Sees Nystrom cruising in on his right. Almost at equal speed. And he made that little bit of a fake. He dropped his shoulder like he was going to shoot. That holds Peters. That holds Peters. Here's the shot. The puck hit Merrick, actually, and Bourne picks it up. He just drops down like he was going to shoot there. He held Peters against the post with that little fake, and that allows Nystrom to have the whole net to shove the puck in.
7:11 to go, regulation time. 4-2, Islander lead. They led 2-0, 3-1, and now 4-2. Busnick is checked by Howitt. Potvin knocks it down to the Flyer line. Into the zone, it's picked up by DuPont. Trottier forechecking, DuPont to Barber, to Leach. Leach from the slot, fanned on the shot, and Bossy took it away. Knocking it out to center ice. Busnick to DuPont to get them onside. DuPont fires it around behind the goal. Bobby Clark knocked Howard off the puck, but Potvin got it. Bossy trying to flip the pass out. It comes down at center ice. Busnick has it there. Busnick handed it right back to Bossy. Checked by Barber. DuPont at the Flyer line to Busnick. Busnick stick handling into the Islander zone. Potvin back for it. Potvin around for Howitt. Howitt gets help from Goring. Goring the shot, caught by Peters. Gives it to Norm Barnes. Barnes right side feed for Bridgman. Bridgman for Ken Linsman in full stride. Linsman trying to skip through, but Lane meets him with the body check. And Sutter has the puck. Sutter for Gillies too far. Daly lost it back to Sutter. Sutter for Gillies on his off wing, and Gillies bursts in the shot. Scores! Clark Gillies with a burst of speed on his off wing.
From Hollywood.
Backhand pass that sprung Gillies loose, and he walked right around Norm Barnes. That pass from Sutter to Gillies. Gillies has got Barnes' feet as he moves in on the face-off dot and blasts a wrist shot. Much similar to the shot that went by Peters from Brian Troche. Gillies. Big goal, puts the Islanders 3 up, 5:49 left to go here in the third period. Looks like it's all Islanders. Gillies' 6th goal of the playoffs.
Play comes right back into the Flyer zone. Peters throws it right to Sutter in the corner. Sutter off the skate to the near boards lane. Bridgman picks it off.
Sutter, the time of the goal, 14:08.
Gillies turns and shoots it in, and it's offside. 5:25 remaining in the hockey game. The score of the New York Islanders 5, the Philadelphia Flyers 2. Well, the New York Islanders, who had 3 clean-cut breakaways and another semi-break by Wayne Merrick and failed to score on any of them, went into this third period with a very tentative 2-1 lead. But they have outscored the Flyers 3-1 here in the third to open it up. DuPont brings it over the line. 5:09 to play. He's checked by Persson. Merrick, his pass picked off by McLeish. It's loose in front. Al Hill with a chance. Didn't get it through the traffic. Flyers keep it in. Busnick for McLeish, and his pass deflected and stolen now by Tonelli to Merrick, checked by DuPont. Busnick shot it to the Islander line. Langevin is there, and he banks it off the boards into the Flyer zone. Busnick off for Norm Barnes. Barnes to Gorentz. Gorentz over the Islander line. One hands it in wide. Smith clears to the corner. Nystrom collides with his check McLeish. Barber goes to the blue line. Barnes' shot is wide. Daly gets the rebound and keeps it in deep. Barber's checked by Persson. Well, some of the crowd here taking up the chant of goodbye Flyers. They must feel this is going to be the last game of the season of the Nassau Coliseum. The Flyers obviously have other ideas. Regardless of the outcome of this game, they go home for game number 5 and would hope to be back here Saturday afternoon.
Get another look at that goal. Sutter is the playmaker here. What a nice backhand pass, Tim. That's not an easy pass when someone's checking you. Gillies clearly around Barnes. Look at the bend in his stick as he bears down to let that wrist shot go. Perfect. Lower right-hand corner again. I think that's Barnes that's going to get the penalty, Timmy, at the last minute when Howitt, who had outraced him, Barnes showing the effects of not playing, does not have the legs, and Howitt, just as he went to shoot, Barnes reaches out from behind, pulls on his arms, and at that point, you're very vulnerable because you're setting up to shoot the puck, and he just tips Gary Howitt a little off balance, and down goes Howitt. 2:18 to go in the third period. Barnes for hooking. The Islanders will have all but 18 seconds to try and fatten the score by one more.
Merrick, Nystrom, Tonelli, Lane, Morrow. The next regular shift due on the ice is sent out for this power play as the game is no longer in doubt. give them a chance at the power play. And Al Arbor's done that more than once during the series. Tonelli off the skates. Busnick fires it down the ice, and we have 2 minutes to play. 1:40 left in the penalty to Norm Barnes of Philadelphia. Game 5 Thursday night. The Flyers will have their backs to the wall. Linseman picks off a pass, throwing it in front. Bridgman controlled, and a long shot by DuPont. And this shows you their character right here. They're down a man, the game is over, and they're making plays shorthanded. Tonelli up the right side around Linseman. The feed intended for Nystrom, a little too far ahead as DuPont took Tonelli out. Steal by Nystrom from Busnick. He gets it back, and the puck comes to the goaltender Peters as Busnick went down. Now it's fired out by DuPont down into the Islander zone. Potvin back for it. 1:19 to play in the game. Bob Lorimer over the Flyer line, checked by Clark from behind, gets it in behind the goal. Leach can't get control. At the blue line, Potvin into the slot. McElhargy picked it off, lost it to Gillies. Gillies to Goring just off the mark. Daly fires it around to the blue line. Potvin, Gillies, Sutter, Potvin, and it comes back out to Bobby Clark. And we have 48 seconds to play in the hockey game as Clark throws it in deep from McElhargy. McElhargy lost it to Gillies. Potvin out for Goring. 16 seconds left. A breakaway Sutter. The shot, he hit the post. He hit the crossbar. And the puck out on the rebound of McElhargy, clearing it down the ice. Wayne Sutter, and another breakaway for the Islanders. 1 second left in the penalty. Barnes back on the ice. 15 seconds left in the game, and the crowd is on its feet. I think they smell something silver. The puck goes into the Flyer zone. McElhargy, right side for Bridgman. Bridgman lets it fly. Stick save by Smith, and that's it. The New York Islanders have taken a commanding 3-1 lead in the Stanley Cup Finals series. And Thursday night they will try to wind it up at Philadelphia Spectrum. They know full well the Flyers will not be easy there, that they will be trying to extend it to a Game 6 and a Game 7. But the Flyers now need 3 in a row to win their 3rd Stanley Cup. As the Islanders go off, they have their crowd here at the Coliseum thinking perhaps they will not see them in person again.
It could very easily be the last game of the season here at the Coliseum. There's no sense in taking any chances. They just as soon win it on the road as at home. As they file back into their dressing room, a happy, tired bunch of players. They rallied in the 3rd period, Tim, after a somewhat lackluster second when Philadelphia almost got back into the game.
Well, we'll be back here at the Coliseum as we see a very happy general manager, Bill Torrey, greeting the Islanders as they come into the Islander dressing room. And we'll be back here at the Coliseum with a recap in just a moment.
Thanks for coming, everyone. Please drive home carefully.
And this is where we...
Ryan back here at the Nassau Memorial Coliseum as a very happy home crowd files out with the Islanders on the verge of their first ever Stanley Cup. They still have to win that 4th game, and they know it full well. That opportunity comes up next in Game 5 at Philadelphia Thursday night. A 3-goal outburst in the 3rd period opened up what was a very close hockey game. Trottier, Nystrom, and Gillies scoring after Linseman had closed it to 3-2. The goals by Nystrom and Gillies opened up the 5-2 margin, and the Islanders were outshot on the night, 36-27. They got good goaltending from Billy Smith, but over the 60 minutes of play, I'd have to say the Islanders had the better of the game overall, and they had those breakaway opportunities, some of which they created, some of which were defensive errors by the Flyers, but none of which the Islanders were able to capitalize on. But they did not fall back from that. In the 2nd period, it looked like they might be discouraged from missing those great scoring opportunities, but in the 3rd period, they just poured it on and wound up with a well-earned 5-2 victory. And so, the Game 5 that comes up in Thursday night could be the final game of the season. The Islander fans here at the Nassau Memorial Coliseum may have seen the last of their heroes live right here on Long Island. However, the Flyers, of course, will be playing at their very hardest at home to try and force a 6th game here Saturday afternoon at the Coliseum. I'll be back to chat with Ed Westfall when we return to the Nassau Coliseum in just a moment.
Him in just a moment.